Hello week from December 9th until December 15th, 2024. This week will be about our ego. Let me explain better. We have been learning and growing and will be feeling energized and with some know-it-all spirit. The risk here is we start to think that we know better and try to force our opinions to others. Even if you did your job and you can feel that you are a better person and you know more, please keep it to yourself. I mean, you can share, but in a very respectful way. People have different timings, and one can take more time and need more experiences to learn. Remember always that it's impossible to change another being. We can just work on ourselves. Considering that the universe energy for this week will be pushing you to do things, just pay attention to make sure whatever you need to do is for the good. Spend some time doing a little audit in your plans to see if you might be wanting things just for yourself or if you are not taking people's feelings or even if you really want what you want. Sometimes we have wishes that are not ours, but we think they are. This is a week to learn to be friends with our ego, to work with what it can offer you for the good. Our ego is our bodyguard, but the bodyguard should be our employee, not the other way around. Our boss is the creator, and our actions need to be aligned with his plan. If we think, even for a second, that we are the boss and abuse this power that we have, it will be taken away. And you don't want that. So let's learn to be humble and to share. Don't be afraid of thinking about other because you'll never be empty-handed. There is enough abundance in the universe for you and everybody who receives their wishes. We are in a month of miracles, so use your power for the good. Let's hear now our astrologer Valdemar Falcão with the sky specifics for this week.
This Monday, we continue with most of the aspects that have been accompanying us in recent days. The quadrature due to the opposition between the Sun-Mercury conjunction in Sagittarius and Jupiter in Gemini and Saturn halfway to the 3 in the sign of Pisces. The good news is the conjunction of the Moon with Neptune at the end of Pisces, which brings a component of softness. On Tuesday, the placement of the Moon at the beginning of Aries already changes the panorama a lot. It dawns around degree 12 and forms trigons with the Sun-Mercury duo in Sagittarius and with Mars in Leo. It's time to act again. It is worth recommending attention to this assertiveness because the same Mars still forms opposition to the Venus-Pluto duo. On Wednesday, the Moon still remains in trigon with the Sun for part of the day when it leaves Aries and enters Taurus. From then on, we have a change again, with the beginning of another quadrature, now involving the Venus-Pluto conjunction in opposition to Mars in Leo and the Moon making quadrature with all of them. On Thursday, we wake up with a festival of squares, that of the Moon in Taurus with the Venus-Pluto axis in Aquarius forming opposition to Mars, and that of the Sun in opposition to Jupiter and in quadrature to Saturn. All caution is recommended. The only relief of this day is the trigon formed between Mercury in Sagittarius and Mars in Leo. On Friday, the Moon is already in the last decanate of Taurus and meets Uranus, bringing a healthy restlessness because of the sextile it forms with Neptune. Dynamism and empathy working together. Mercury is divided between the trigon with Mars and the rest of the quadrature with Saturn, and the opposition to Jupiter, so it's worth paying attention. On Saturday, the Moon already dawns in the 10th degree of Gemini and in conjunction with Jupiter and trigon with Venus. The recommendation of being careful with excesses is still valid because we still have Jupiter's opposition to the Sun and Mercury in Sagittarius, in addition to the very conjunction of the Moon with this Jupiter. This Sunday is the day of the Sagittarius full moon, bringing a lively atmosphere but still worth caution because in addition to this Jupiterian-Sagittarian emphasis, both the Sun and the Moon will be square to Neptune. Therefore, the imagination is in the air. See you next week.